All right, so here we are. It's H&A 2023. Hardscape Mentor is set up, and we are super excited to finally make our first kind of public appearance here at H&A.
Yeah, we're trying to get the word out there so much with our social media and everything else and the herd group, but now we're going to meet those herd members. We're going to sign up new members in person, and we're dropping a bomb on the industry right here saying we're the education sector at this show, right, Luke?
Yeah, there's no one else here that's doing this, which for us it's a really cool feeling, but it's needed. You know, we want people to learn the right ways to build these outdoor living spaces. And, you know, we're making our presence known here, and it's been incredible. We've been online with social media. We've been pushing that so hard, but, like, here we are in the flesh, and you can come and talk to us. There's going to be thousands of people coming through here tomorrow, members included, new members, and we're excited. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. It's really exciting just to break into the industry, you know, with kind of something where there's not a lot of competition out there. And that's, you know, but I think there should be. You know, I hope that we do inspire people to start giving back, to start training, to start, you know, maybe taking a deeper dive into their jobs, because, you know, shows like this aren't going to exist if guys aren't putting the hardscapes in the right way. And, you know, these manufacturers can set up these booths and show you how to build cool things, but you really have to dial in the practices to be successful. You know, when we can talk about a little bit about how this started, but that's kind of what we've seen was missing on top of kind of the feedback we're receiving on our social media, right?
Yeah. I mean, even today you were doing a one-on-one coaching session with a DIYer.
Yeah.
And so we have people like that in our group. We have industry professionals. I mean, the whole range, and it's cool because they're all at different levels, but we can all learn from each other.
Yep.
And it's even good to go back to the beginnings and hear some of those basics, even if you've been doing this forever. So that's what's so cool about our group. It's just such a diverse group of people, and I can't wait to see everybody here tomorrow.
Yeah,
we're going to be we got a Polaroid. We're going to be taking pictures with all the members and posting those. So just a lot of cool interaction with this booth. So
it's been a big momentum ball, I feel, with the herd, right?
Yeah.
The herd is what we're calling our private community of the members, and to me it's just been a snowball effect of pros, novices, everybody combining to share knowledge with each other. I mean, yeah, it's been really cool. But to be here, meet everybody, see the face of every brand, the face of every member, we're really excited. So let's just tell people how we even came up with the idea. I know I touched on it a little bit with the interest that we received, but when, how did we meet? Why are we sitting here in this booth together, right?
Yeah, it's crazy how it all started, but back in 2018, my cousin Zachary Parmeter, he works for Golden Eagle Log and Timber Homes. He was building his dream home, and I was videoing the whole project from start to finish. And I didn't know you at the time, but you were doing the outdoor living space, and I didn't even know what hardscaping was, really.
That's crazy, right?
Which is nuts. But so we included your section of the build within the video series, and I was like, man, I think there's something here. There's some potential maybe for us to work together. But I kind of showed you what I could do, and you did your thing, which was amazing. I thought it was like you were an artist, and that's really was like, man, if we work together, maybe there's something here. And you sort of had the same idea.
Yeah, no, I had never had a video set up, you know, over me while I'm installing my work, right? Yeah. So that was really cool and just eye-opening to me. So when the Golden Eagle video came out on YouTube, the Building Your Dream Home series, and my little segment came up, I mean, I don't even know how long it was, but the feedback I got from friends, family, other contractors was like, are you a rock star?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm just a hardscaper, right? But Luke made me look like a rock star, right? With his editing and his angles and his insight on how these stories need to be put together, right? So so that's really what it was. He made me look like a rock star, and I'm just like, if you can make, you know, a hardscaper look like a rock star, and on top of that, the value in showing my clients the process, right? We can talk about that too. It's like what the video did. So I was inspired by Luke videoing me. I said, next summer, why don't you come and with me on all of my projects, and we're going to call it Hometown Hardscapes because we're both from Wisconsin Rapids, just happen to be, right? And another reason it's Hometown Hardscapes is because I'm always blown away by the opportunity that comes in my hometown of 17,000 people in the surrounding communities. So it started out as Hometown Hardscapes. What I wanted to do was show homeowners and clients, prospective clients, our process. If you need an outdoor living space, this is how we build it from start to finish, and then we walk through it at the end. Right? So I got on board with Luke, and we started showcasing my work, YouTube, Instagram, you know, 2019-ish.
Yeah, 19 was the first year, and we did a handful of projects. And I started hanging out on the job sites quite a bit and learning your process and seeing all the details that go into it and all the opportunities to make it look interesting.
Like, say it's a dramatic operation.
It is.
Right?
There's a lot of steps to it
Yeah.
and a lot of like visuals from the gravel and the base. I mean, the finishing details too, and the aerials you can get.
Yeah.
I was
throughout the process.
Yeah, throughout the whole process. That's why I was so excited to work with you. It was like, there's a good opportunity.
Always something
here.
going on here.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, we did that. 2019, we did a few episodes, and then was it
2020? I got the Instagram DM.
Yeah.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
So then the Hometown Hardscapes episode had reached a prospective client in Knoxville, Tennessee. And to me, I accredit it all to those Hometown Hardscape videos and how we were documenting my work. The client in Knoxville, excuse me, said, other guys in my market could be upset that you got the job, but they also could have been showing me their process like you were.
Yeah.
Right? That's really what turned him on to me, was like, there's nothing lost in translation. I know it's going to be Dan on the job.
Yeah.
I know how Dan runs a shovel even, right? So it's like to show the whole process, to see the guy who's in charge on video before they knew me. So then I flew down there, which is a whole other story. An old hardscape designer. He flew me down to Knoxville, and when I got there, it was like they already knew me.
Yeah.
I mean,
And there's so many lessons within that story.
Yeah.
People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And how do you get that trust? It's through video. It's through social media and putting yourself out there. And like you said, when you showed up, the decision was already made to work with you. Like, it's Dan from YouTube.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly.
And you didn't have to sell yourself, really.
No, right.
Promote yourself, let's say.
Easier sale, right? I always say to these guys who are like, how do you sell? It's like a big part of my process is before the sale.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm showing everyone what I'm doing, all the way who I am. I don't have to sit down in their dining room and say, this is what I'm doing, this is who I am.
Yeah.
They already have that research.
Yeah.
Right? They already have the information.
Yeah, and that's what, like, nowadays people do their own research. So the more content you can put out for them to do research, they're going to consume it. They're going to do it on their own time. And when they're ready, they're going to call you or DM you. And that's what every contractor needs to be doing. And that's what we sort of teach. And we have new courses coming out about the marketing side. But we want contractors all over the country to be doing this.
Yeah.
Like, they got to get on video. They got to get their face on Instagram and show what it's like to work with their crew.
Yep.
And good things are
going
going
to
to happen.
open up so many doors.
Yeah.
It's going to open up so many doors with, from the clients you're working with all the way to social media affiliations.
Yeah.
Right? There's so much in between there that's going to open your doors if you're just saying, hi, here I am, here's what I do.
Yeah.
Right?
Because people who want to work with you are looking for a problem solved. If they want a patio, they have some issue, they are looking for answers. And if you can provide the content, you're going to be that resource for them, and they're going to trust you and make that sale.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to get with this. How you were already doing amazing work, but like adding the social media stuff to it just blew it up.
Exactly.
And it was insane.
No, exactly. I mean, we didn't have but that's another thing with the amount of followers that I had. Even when the gentleman in Knoxville, Tennessee found me, I always say it doesn't matter how many followers you have, just keep putting out the content.
Yeah.
And what that did was, then I got this massive job in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I could promote that, hey, a local design and build company from Wisconsin is going down to Knoxville, and I could story or do video on all that content in between there that got me down there as well.
Yeah.
And then I started building this project, and then we got you down to Knoxville, and then I built the biggest project of my life, and we did a whole bunch of content off of it, and it's just like going from there, right?
Yeah.
So the following to get to the point where it's like people knew who Preston Hardscape Design was, people knew the kind of work that I was doing. So there was guys in Knoxville, Tennessee, other contractors who were following me, right? I feel like Instagram, a lot of our audience is contractors. Obviously the guy in Knoxville was a prospective client, but those other contractors were reaching out to me saying, hey, can we come out to your site? And to me, that's kind of a little bit of the backstory of Hardscape Mentor, was these guys already knew who I was as well, and they wanted to come see how I worked.
Yeah.
They wanted to know how I put together these projects, what kind of details I was putting into them behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
So Dotson and Morales came out there, and they really inspired me.
Yeah.
They're young, hungry hardscapers, and they're just like, you need to show more of your processes. You need to really take a deep dive into how you come up with this creativity, how you cut these lines. Like, we want to see all this, and everyone in the country wants to see all this, Dan.
Yeah.
And they really opened my eyes up to, holy cow, this is crazy that these guys in Knoxville are seeing who I am.
Yeah.
They want to know more information about what I build, right?
Yep.
So then I came back to you
Yeah.
with all this feedback.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we start seeing comments, not just from that trip, but as we're building your social media channels, contractors asking you questions. And a little bit here and there. DMs are coming in asking, hey, what did you use for this base here? What pavers are you using?
Yeah.
And so, I'm starting to think too, there might be something here. How, could we teach people?
Yeah.
Is there a platform for that? So I want to say we talked about that for maybe a year.
Yeah, really.
Kind of just brainstorming ideas.
Yeah, we kept saying we got to do that. We got to start that, and then we'd get feedback from someone else, or we'd see a comment on a Hometown Hardscape episode saying, "Hey, slow this down a little bit," or something like that, right?
Yeah. So we talked about it for like a year, and granted, we had this huge library of video content. So it was all being used for Hometown Hardscapes and reels and stuff, but it wasn't being purposed for training tutorials. So then it was like, okay, mindset shift, and let's turn these into tutorials.
Yep.
So we came up with the name Hardscape Mentor, and we spent the whole winter building these tutorials and recording and going back over this footage, and really just taking a deeper dive into all these projects and there was so much footage that we didn't use for the Hometown Hardscapes that it was almost like, oh my gosh, we have all this footage.
So what questions are they asking? What can we get out of this footage? Here's some base footage. Let's talk about the base we're using. Here's some bedding layer footage. Let's talk about the bedding layer footage and take a deeper dive into that. So, and how fun for us too, right? To have this, to sit down in your studio and put together this. And then what's the next thing that happened, man? We started to get feedback from these members, right? Yeah. And that's why we're here, why we keep pushing it to the next level is because we're getting testimonies from guys who are putting in their first patio. We're getting testimonies from guys who slid a boulder in the side and they're cutting around it for the first time. And those are the things, like, we're reaching them. They're installing their hardscapes correctly. And like you said, from the DIYers to the pros, it's been overwhelming to some extent.
Yeah, our membership's growing. It's just such an amazing community. It's a positive community.
Yeah.
You're not going to get, we have a Facebook group. You can post in there. It's like you're not going to get laughed at or made fun of because we're all leveling up together.
We say one herd, one direction. Right? And so we're all in this together. So in our private group, a guy can throw up a question. He's going to get 5 positive answers because we're all trying to level each other up for the main goal, right? That's why we're calling it the herd. It's one herd, one direction. Our eyes are on the same goal, and that's to build perfect hardscapes, right? Build hardscapes correctly and then market them correctly, right? That's why we're here with a guide by your side. You can do the things that Preston Hardscape Design was doing and these other guys are doing in the industry, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's been super fun to see this growth, and like I said, I can't wait to see the members rolling through here. We got swag to give away and blades to give away. So we've got some really amazing sponsors and partners for this booth.
We're really excited how this booth has come together, right? So let's just talk about the people who helped get us here, and it's really cool to get the feedback and the interest from these big names in the industry, right? Like Lattice Diamond Blades, has been a really great partner. They're here with us. We're going to be giving away diamond blades, $250 diamond blades to anyone who signs up for the herd. And there's just another example of, we're just trying to get the best materials and the best products in your hand. Unilock has obviously worked hand in hand with Preston Hardscape Design. They are a sponsor of the booth. SRW Products, Yukon Valley Natural Stone, IQ Power Tools, Perma Edge Paver Edging, Synced Up, and then Goat Turf. We couldn't have done any of this without y'all. All leaders in the industry, right? That's what's cool about it, is like surrounding ourselves with other leaders in the industry and putting together something like this just to promote the industry and to promote what we're doing. So.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. And we've got our own app now. It's available on the Apple App Store and Android now too, in the Google Play Store. So there's no excuse. You can access all this content right on your fingertips now. When you're
I'd say that was the biggest thing that hit right before we came here. It's kind of like we breezed over it because we had so much attention to H&A, but it's like, our app came to fruition throughout the course of this. Right? So it's like everything we were talking about, the training tutorials, breaking everything down, is all on demand on the app now, which is just another game changer in the industry.
Yeah, industry first. I mean, it's insane. We thought maybe someday we'd have an app, and now it's here.
A little over a year in.
Yeah.
So really cool.
Incredible. So, we're stoked. We just wanted to get a video out quick and kind of tell our story. Obviously, it's kind of hard to hear. There's a lot going on. People are still getting set up. It's the day before the event starts. So, hopefully the noise isn't too bad. But, no, we just kind of wanted to sit down and test out the booth quick and having guys taking our promo cards. That's awesome. So we're excited. We're just as excited as you guys are to see this.
Yeah, we had to get in here today because the next 3 days, we hope the booth is just packed and we're interacting with everybody from the industry.
Yeah, so. we want standing room only in here.
That's right.
Let's pack this thing. We're going to be doing giveaways.
Right.
It's going to be awesome.
The only time we had was right now on setup day.
Yeah. So all the carts and all the forklifts, it's like, okay, we won't be like that tomorrow.
Yeah,
but,
right.
But yeah, we're excited. What else we got? Anything else?
Yeah, I would say if you're a member out there, be sure to stop in.
Yeah, we got promo codes.
And if you're a manufacturer or a vendor, be sure to come check us out too, because I'm going to leave it at this. Me and Luke, we like to use the line, we're a marketing company with a hardscape problem.
Yeah.
Right? So we're here to attract manufacturers and vendors as well as new members.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of big things on the horizon, and we want people to get involved with it and companies, and it's going to be cool, man. We're super
And the
pumped,
bottom line is we're here to better the industry.
Yeah.
That's it. There is no other goal in mind other than to better the industry and make sure every hardscape is a success.
Yeah. So be sure to subscribe to our channel. A lot more content coming out from this event and moving forward. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later this week. Do not tip that over.
That could be part of the podcast, but who cares? Okay, hang on, guys. We got a big package coming here. We're gonna